What's up, do life in the body you love chicks? I want to talk to you today about stress. I know we talk about this a lot, don't we? I should go back and look and see how many podcast episodes we have that are about stress. But there's two big myths about stress that are keeping women from crushing their health goals. And so that's what I want to talk about today. And this isn't to say that like stress isn't important or that it doesn't negatively impact us. It certainly does. Like we all know, emotionally, physically, stress affects us all kinds of different ways, right? But it's not going away. Like our society is not going to like slow down because we feel overwhelmed, or we think that like there's this new phase that's about to happen in our life where things are just going to calm down. Like the kids are going to get older and start wiping their own butts, or the kids are going to get older and graduate high school, or our new project at work is going to calm down, and then we're going to have all this time. Girl, the time ain't ever coming. Okay, like every season of life has its own issues that it is going to bring you. I have plenty of clients in the sandwich generation, so we call it, where it's like their children are like older, but they're still not totally autonomous yet, and now their parents are aging and like they need help. Like infinite time and like you just having like this chill life where you can finally tackle your health goals. It ain't coming for you. It is not coming, and not to be the bearer of bad news. But here's the deal. Getting real about our stress and like knowing how to handle it and giving your body tools to manage it, that's money. You need to learn that now. Don't wait, right? And so we know stress makes it harder to lose weight. Sure. Particularly like it's very common that we talk about like cortisol and belly fat and all of those things, but it impacts our weight in other ways too. Like it like makes it difficult for our blood sugar to be regulated when we're really, really stressed out. Our body is mobilizing glucose and fatty acids and all of these things so that we have energy, because being stressed out, our body is supposed to be moving and burning fuel, right? And so all of that's going on. It sets us up for cardiovascular issues. So think heart attacks, strokes, things of this nature. Our overall inflammation in the body, our overall inflammatory load in our body is higher. Like just so many things. And so stress definitely plays a role in our health. It definitely plays a role in our weight loss. But here's the first myth I want to bust, okay? And it's that when women are really stressed out, they can't lose weight. That is not true. It is not true. So it makes it more difficult for the reasons we just said and a couple of other ones, but it does not make it impossible. And we can't use it as an excuse to not hit our health goals, for sure. So the biggest way that I see stress impact women and to make it so that it's really hard to hit their goals is that when we're really stressed out, we just go into F it mode. Where it's like, okay, I literally don't care about the scale right now in this moment. Work is a nightmare. So are my kids or my husband, and I'm stressed out, and I'm going to eat this donut that's in the break room right now because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like your F it switch is just turned on. Don't care. Kicking the can down the road, procrastinating because we're stressed. When we're really, really stressed out, we're not able to be super logical or care about the future. It's really, so when women are struggling with consistency and they're like, I keep doing all of these things that I know are so bad for me, why can't I just get it together? And it's like, because your brain's too overwhelmed. We got to calm your mind down. When you're stressed out and you're in fight or flight, that's not a mind state that's designed for you to care about the future and to be able to like problem solve and be a logical thinker. No, it's a survival mode. You're in survival mode. Now, maybe a cheetah's not really chasing you right now, but you have all of these other things going on in your life, and like it's all piling in on you. You're experiencing like your brain is in survival mode. So no, you don't care if you eat too many carbs right now, because you're just trying to get through right now in any way that you possibly can. Make sense? So that is one reason that we need to learn how to mitigate our stress. And then, does it affect belly fat? Well, yeah, like cortisol's high, you put on belly fat, whatever. At the end of the day, if you can get yourself on a reasonable meal plan that you can stick with, even when you're stressed out, you're going to lose weight. Will you lose it easier if you're not as stressed out? Sure. But does that high cortisol make it impossible to lose weight? No, it doesn't. We have so many super stressed out chicks who are losing weight and keep it off, partially because we're making their plans really easy for them to follow, right? So that's part of it. So that when their brain is in effort mode, they don't have to be really strict. They can still stick with it. But then we're also doing things to like calm down their nervous system. So you calm down your nervous system, you get yourself to stick with something, you can absolutely lose weight. So it is not true at all. If you're not losing weight, the whole answer isn't the stress. Okay, we can still put a solid plan in place. Okay, so the second myth that I want to bust today is that we really can't do anything about our stress. And I don't know that any of us actually like say this, but we sort of do with our actions and the other things that we say. We don't directly go, well, there's nothing I can do about my stress levels. But that's what we think, because we think our stress levels are completely due to our circumstances. And a lot of times we view those circumstances as being outside of our control. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not. So there's a whole lot going on here. One thing is, what are the things that are causing you stress? And do you have control of them or don't you? Some you do, some you don't. Then there's this whole other bag of worms going on here. And by the way, if you have a lot of stress, I get into this concept, well, and the other one, very, very detailed in our new Balance and Burn Mastermind. So if you like want to really nerd out about this and really get yourself on track, you need to check that out. I'll tell you more about that in a second, but I want to make this point. Sometimes we're aware of our stress. I call that perceived stress. Like you are literally saying things like, my kids are stressing me out. My busy schedule is stressing me out, right? You're aware that it's stressing you out, but there are these things under the surface that we're not aware are also stressing out our body. So think of this as like, this is oftentimes nutritional things, or it's something that's going on with your health, or it's you not getting enough sleep, or sometimes you're aware of those things, sometimes you're not, but they are in fact also stressing out your body. So there's like so much that goes into the stress that our body feels. Now, here's the other thing. Even if your body is going to feel a lot of stress, there are things that you can do to help your body handle that stress. So you maybe can't like divorce your husband, kick your kids out of the house and emancipate them and then move to an island. You can't get rid of all the things that stress you out, which are usually also your blessings, right? But you can give your body tools to handle the stress. And now I've talked about that before, but here's something I really haven't talked about much, I don't think. And I got into this a lot in the Balance and Burn program. And that's why I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share this with you guys. Like, because this is absolutely true. Okay. You can actually use stress to your advantage. Did you know that? Like, stress doesn't just have to be this thing that is like passively happening to you that you're a victim of. You can actually use stress in a way where it is a very powerful tool for you, where you're using good stressors to change your body in a good way. You're using stressors that are around you in your life that maybe don't feel so great, but you're using them in a way to make them yourself more mentally strong so that you have more consistency, you can crush your goals. There is a way to use stress. So instead of being a victim to stress, we can actually use it in our favor. Like, and when you guys like master that, when you conquer that, you can do anything. You can do anything. It's not just a mindset shift, although that is a big part of it. It's also learning how to manage things in your life a little bit better, but it's also giving your body tools. So it's partially lifing better. It's partially handling the stressors that you're going to experience better. It's also using positive stressors to help change your body for the good. Okay. So there is so much that goes into stress. I'm totally in love with this topic. I'm obsessed with it because we all feel it, right? We all feel it. And we've all said things like, I really want to lose weight, but now is just not the time. I have too much going on. Or I want to be healthier, but I'm so tired all the time. I'm always run down because I'm so stressed out, or I just have too much to do. There's no time for me. There's no time for me to get anything done. We've all said these things. I've said these things. I have said all of these things. How do you guys think I know these? Either because I've said them numerous times, or I hear them numerous times from my clients. Like, I don't just make the stuff up out of thin air. When you guys hear me talking about something and you're like, is Nikki following me around? Is she literally in my brain? Is she in my house? Like, I have people say that to me all the time. And they're like, did you make that episode about me or that post about me? No, I don't have cameras following you around. It's just that our brains all work strangely similar, even if things on the outside look very different. Okay. And one very, very common thread for women who are struggling with their health, with their weight loss, with their joy, with their purpose, all of the things, is stress. That's why I'm so obsessed with it. That's why this new program that we just launched, which, by the way, if you haven't looked at that yet, you need to go check it out. It's freaking fantastic. If you're like, you're interested in like nerding out about a lot of these topics a lot more and having some structure to follow to get your health in order and to get your weight loss journey on the right track, but you're not quite ready for full-on coaching for whatever reason. Maybe, coaching feels weird to you, or maybe it's the financial piece of things or whatever. This course might be what you're looking for. So you can go to keepitoffcoaching.com/balance-burn. I'll put the link in the show notes. But you should definitely check it out if this is a topic of interest for you, because in there, we don't just talk about the stress, but it's like, I'm going to give you exactly like how to eat when you're very stressed out and you're trying to lose weight, how to work out when you're very stressed out and trying to lose weight, how to be consistent and run your calendar, and all of the things. So if you want to nerd out about this more and you want support with this, go check that out, Balance and Burn. It's open. It's freaking amazing. I'm obsessed with it. But regardless, even if you don't need any support with this, if you find yourself falling for the lie that you can't lose weight because of your stress, that stress makes weight loss totally impossible, or that there's nothing you can do about the stress you're experiencing, I want to encourage you to reframe all of that. Like, it's not true. Your stress does not have to keep you stuck. It's real. I'm not saying that you are just going to like wake up tomorrow because you had this epiphany and then life's going to be really easy and the weight's just going to fall off. No. We do have to take steps, right? But your stress can't keep you stuck in a body that you don't like doing life in unless you let it. There is strategy. There is workaround. And sometimes I think just like being aware of that makes us open our eyes to the possibility. When we think we're stuck in a situation that we have no control of, or that there's nothing I can do about this, and my body's just going to have to deal with the stress because I can't get rid of the stress. We feel like we're a victim to it. We don't look for answers. We don't seek out the answers because we don't know it's possible. So I really just wanted to shed a little light on the fact that like, it is possible. It's totally possible for you. You can accomplish anything you want for your health goals right now. If your schedule is a disaster, your journey might take a little bit longer than somebody who has a little bit more time. But all progress is progress, right? Don't stay stuck. You don't ever have to stay stuck. There's always something that you can do. And when you start using stress as a powerful weapon, instead of letting it torture you and run your life, it's going to change everything. It is going to change everything. So I hope that this was helpful. You guys know the drill. Reach out to me if you have questions about this. I would love to hear your thoughts about this one, and I will catch you on next week's episode.